I said I was gonna stay up and do some more videos. Not I was gonna release them. I got them in the bag. They're ready to go. So that's the scenario. That's the case, and that's why we're here. Now, what's up? Now, mm-mm. I needed to find out something on my own because the reasons that I felt about Terrell Owens not going, I felt it was very disrespectful towards all of the people who had sacrificed for him to be there. A lot of people sacrificed for Terrell Owens to be at that place that he was at. No way. So To was in a he was in a situation he wasn't used to being in. That's right. To was To was in a situation he wasn't used to being in. This was the spotlight for him. He could have went on that stage and said anything. He could have shared his thoughts. He could have done anything than what he did. Okay, here we are again. I'm trying to read some of your comments. Randy Moss for president 2020. Absolutely. Randy Moss turned a lot of heads. A lot of people didn't understand Randy Moss, never tried to listen to him the whole night. And then now they see Randy Moss, they're like, wow, we get it. Randy Moss is a somebody. That was my teammate, man. My teammate. It was quite unique in a way that a lot of people didn't understand because they had never prepared for this type of. They thought To would be very gracious to go to the Hall of Fame. And there was a lot of people behind the scenes that did a lot. So when all these people sacrificed and really fought to try to get him in there, you know what I'm saying? They fought tooth and nail to get you into the Hall of Fame, man. How you disrespect them like that? That's my whole take on it. Like it was a selfish look because he never gave you any detail as to why he did it. You never got any clarification. And by him not giving clarification on a lot of different issues involving himself, he left Pandora's box open. He thought he should be first ballot. And the fact that Randy got first ballot, that bothered him a little bit. He claimed it didn't, but I believe it did. But that wasn't the main issue of why he did what he did and what his message was when he actually did his speech. I gave Terrell Owens, T.O., the benefit of the doubt and listened to his speech to hear his side as to why he did what he did. What T.O. did was change a lot of people's minds, their hearts, and won a lot of people over. And he took a stand for a good reason. I know, but if T.O. would have went on that stage and said all the stuff about the writers, said anything about, let's say he went there and he did that. Like, oh, you could have really laid into him if you went there and did that on the Hall of Fame stage. If you'd have went up there and did that, it would have taken away from his win. It would have taken away from everything when he got on the stage and they said, look, see what he did? He's not Hall of Fame material. Hall of Fame is more than just what you do on the field. It's about what you do off of it too. That has weight. That has merit. Now, people said, no, it doesn't. It does. You have Darren Sharper situation. There are plenty of situations that happened that transpired during that time that should have been corrected that wasn't. Yeah, I think he would if he'd have done that. If he'd have done what they thought, like, yeah, you could do it. Go up there and do that, T.O. That's not what T.O. wanted to do. He wanted to do it his way because he didn't agree with the system of how the voting was done. And what he wanted to do was not just blow off the ceremony just because he's mad he didn't get in first ballot. He was like, nah, that wasn't the point I was trying to make. And the point he was making is that nobody who's deserving to be in the Hall of Fame should have to wait 28, 29 years or even 49 years to get into the Football Hall of Fame. When their career is over, they've done all they needed to do. So the system is completely screwed up, and it has been for a long time. But what Terrell Owens did is bring light to that. He brought light to the fact that it's screwed up. So, like he said, for in case somebody else come before me or after me, the way these sports writers have the power to do so, he now has people talking about it. And now they said, well, it's a one and done. Now, next year, Hall of Fame, Terrell Owens supposed to be in attendance. Will he go? Because now they kind of try to correct what's already there. Exactly. Writers are biased. Some writers have passed away. And people are like, wow, this guy's not in the Hall of Fame. Now, you see people like Darren Sharper, who went to jail and did some things. You see LT get into the Hall of Fame, and he had a lot of issues. He was so messed up, even at his acceptance speech. You can have off the field issues early in your career. Randy had stuff early in his career, Minnesota, doing his first 6, 7 years as a Minnesota Viking, which led him to go to Oakland. From there, if Randy took a playoff, it's because he was supposed to take a playoff. Y'all did the same thing to him that you did to Allen Iverson. You took one bit of a soundbite and twisted what he was saying. Nobody even listened to the interview in which he made the statement, I play when I want to play. All you stupid idiots that come on TV and start mentioning that, well, this is a Randy Moss that said he play when he want to play. Randy Moss came out and explained that 1,000 times, and they say, listen to the interview. The guy was saying you need your coaches to motivate you. He's like, I don't need anybody to motivate me. I play when I want to play. I don't need nobody to get me motivated. I'm play when I'm ready, meaning that I motivate myself. That's what he meant by that. But the rest of the people who didn't see the interview, they go off what they hear off ESPN and they go off Fox and then they run and do this. The Patriots didn't cut Randy Moss. He was traded to Minnesota because he felt he should be paid what he was supposed to. And Tom Brady and Moss got into it that final season. And Moss, he threw to him. He threw at Randy Moss one time the entire game and said he's not going to throw to Randy Moss. This is when Brady was going crazy at his time too. He was long hair Brady and everything. And Freak had the beard. It just wasn't a good look. Yeah, it wasn't working out in Oakland because they had an alcoholic quarterback who couldn't stay on the field. And he was injured in Oakland. It just wasn't working. It was a toxic environment over there. And he put up 1,000 yards his first year. 1,000 yards receiving. No, they didn't have Gannon. They had Collins. Was it Kerry Collins? The drunk. Yeah, go ahead, run, Randy. I see you. Collins was screwing up left and right out there. Reek, you don't send Freak across the middle. He's 4-1. He's 4-1 speed. So it's very difficult to some to understand, but you don't send 4-1 speed across the middle. It's no need. You're playing to the defense's advantage. If you got somebody that can run a 4.15, you send them down that field. That's what you do. Is 4.1 speed a record? Absolutely. Randy Moss ran a 4.15 in the Minnesota camp, not at Columbine. See, everybody based stuff off of Columbine. He didn't have a good run, he felt, when he ran. That's why when he got to the NFL, people didn't know he could run a 4.15. Then you saw everybody who ran a 4.3, Samari Rowe, D'Angelo Hall, all these super fast cornerbacks. And then they got to the freak. And soon as they run, Freak was running a 4.3 with him, then the ball go in the air. You saw that 4.15. You saw the next level. And that's when D'Angelo Hall said, man, all y'all TO fans, I don't know what to tell you. That boy Moss is the truth. It's scary. Absolutely scary to try to think of guarding somebody like that. Can you imagine trying to guard somebody of that stature? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I do bounce my knee. And it starts shaking the whole PC. Somebody like, are you shaking your knee? I'm like, yep. Didn't even realize I was doing it. I understand why. If you say Jerry was number one I get it. I do. Honest, I do. If you say Jerry was number one, I go, Jerry was number one. That's how I look at it. In your mind, if Jerry was number one, he's number one. But you got to understand something. Yes, he got 25 catches in one game against the Bears, and somebody broke that record. They were playing the Bears, and they not a lot of those catches was even significant. But he's a route runner, but he got to run the dig routes and all that. He's a receiver that has to run those routes. Randy didn't have to run those routes. He knew them, but later in his career, he could run those routes if he needed to. But you don't send Moss to do what he does. Moss could do things that the NFL couldn't even fathom. So you don't send him down that road. Imagine this is what I'm trying to tell you. When you prepare for a guy that you know you got to face, you know he's fast, you know you just got to come up with a way to stop him. When you try to prepare for a guy like this, we know you know what's going to happen, right? You know what's going to happen. When you try to prepare to stop a guy like that, problems ensue because you game plan for a week to stop one player, and then in that week when you play him, he still get 3, 4 touchdowns, about 100 something yards. You're like, how did this happen? That's talent. It ain't that he outran everybody. They had 3 guys there. He will out jump you. He had the best hands. He had the best footwork right by the out of bounds line. Great in tracking the ball. Well, when we look back on everything that's done, and they look back at Terrell Owens, people are gonna say, okay, he made his acceptance speech. What was it? The University of Tennessee Chattanooga. That's where the freak was at. That's what he decided to do. Julio Jones is the Randy Moss. Julio Jones is not Randy Moss. Julio Jones has done a lot, but he wasn't Randy Moss. Come on now. You would say that now in modern time because you don't know any better. I always wanted to do that. Don't get me started. We've had this discussion last night, and I almost shut down the live. Now, I will continue this on the main page. On my business page, because we're going to go into the politics of things. So this will continue on the One Crack News page, and we're going to go into the politics behind everything. But I like to thank everybody that showed up here on the Casino for Life page. But now we're going to switch over to the other page. He enhanced it. Had he had a player such as of the caliber of Jerry Rice had with Joe Montana, okay? Jerry played the majority of his careers with Joe Montana. Won all his Super Bowls except for one with Joe Montana. Randy Moss had a superstar quality quarterback like that his entire career in Minnesota. He made Culpepper look like a star. They brought in Jeff George, guys who could just chuck the ball downfield because they thought that's what Randy wanted. But anyway, we going to leave to the other page because over there you can super chat, you can do other things. So I'm out. And catch y'all on One Crack News. We over there now. Deuces. And now we're here. And we're